Good morning. Everything's paused right now. So I'm waiting for it to kick in. And I suppose it will eventually. Good morning. It is Monday, June 15th, and we are 90 days out from September 13th, which is unreal. So we're well after Labor Day at this point. Your DT, D2 for the week. You are calling your T's and your J's. You're texting your K's, and we're back into it. There's a new program that we started. We were introduced to it at Family Reunion in Atlanta back in February. We brought it to you, and we did a 5-week cadence on Mondays. We're starting that again today. So starting today in Portsmouth and also online at kellerbreakthrough.com, kellerbreakthrough.com. We're going to have Breakthrough 120. So what this is it's going to take you through the conversations about database, about follow-up, about social media, open houses, and appointments. And we're going to start with database today. The class is in Portsmouth in the training room right over there at 9 o'clock, and then also on kellerbreakthrough.com. You're going to see that's in the morning news, which we're going to talk about right now because that's what we do. We talk about the morning news. So that's starting again today. That's going to run for the next 5 Mondays. So that will take us right through. Do we go right through mid-July, I suppose, at this point? Yeah. So the next 5 Mondays, we will do the 5 sessions of Breakthrough 120. Now, why the 120? What does that mean? Why Breakthrough 120? So the class is about you getting locked in, making sure that you have the information you need to move forward, to move out of fearful and into fearless, right? And then have the conversations about building your database, the conversations about open houses, the conversations about appointments and follow-up and social media. So we're going to do those on the Mondays. What I need you to do is also understand there's and I'm going to say this, and I mean this to be true. If you've ever taken Bold, they talk about with Bold, they want you to make sure that you're having at least how many conversations? 20 a day. What they're asking with Breakthrough is that you have at least 10 conversations a day. Now, that number might seem small. To some of you, that number might seem massive. What you need to ask yourself is that number right for you? Because I would argue that is a bare minimum. If we're being honest, it's a bare minimum. And if you're moving away from 0 conversations a day, if you haven't broken out of your shell yet, if you haven't gotten to the point where you are confident enough to have a conversation with anybody and everybody about the fact that you're involved in real estate, and you're held back right now by the mindset that you don't necessarily know everything about real estate, this is true. We're never going to know all the things, ever. The blessing of this market center is you're surrounded by people that have been involved in so many different things, so many different deals, so many different contracts, that you're a text or a phone call away from the information and the resources that you need. Yet you don't earn the right to be overwhelmed. You don't earn the right to have questions about deals until you've started to talk to humans about their motivations, about what they want to do. So that's what this class is encouraging you to do. So if you're curious about Breakthrough 120, we're encouraging you to start to build that habit is to stay in lead generation for 120 days. Attend the 5 classes over the next 5 Mondays from 9 to 12 at kellerbreakthrough.com or here in person in Portsmouth. We'll start with database in just about 26 minutes. And then keep showing up for the Breakthrough Club, which runs every day. That's going to run today because we've got graduates from the last class. They'll be in Breakthrough Club today. Also running from 9 to noon, having their conversations, right? I'm going to continue to give Brady Sondal the credit for this quote because I heard him say it first, probably most clearly. I'm sure I heard somebody else say it, but when I heard it, it was Brady who said it. The quality of your life will be commensurate with the quality and quantity of the conversations that you're having. So how often are you talking to people? What questions are you asking? Are you staying curious? Are you being service-based? And are you being authentic and transparent and resourceful? And how often are you doing that? Cody Gibson, within the last year, said to us, we'll be most successful in this age of AI if we are being more human with more humans more often. Do you feel you're chipping away at that? And Ed Milet would beg us to have the mindset of just one more. Are you capable of having one more conversation than you did on Friday or yesterday? And if I'm being honest as your friend and your coach, I 4,000% would like to see every agent at our market center only doing whatever their form of lead generation is 4 days a week. Do your lead gen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, because if you start to stack this compounding interest of consistency, Fridays should be reserved for walkthroughs and closings. And I'm not saying you can't get back to work after that. But if you were closing and handing a family a check and keys and sending off people in the direction in which their motivation is driving them on a weekly basis, I think you've earned the opportunity to maybe only do lead gen 4 days a week. And when I say that, I don't mean that we shouldn't be ears open, hearts filled on Saturdays and Sundays. But when are you going to take time for your family? What are you doing all of this for? We're still aware, we're still listening, we're still available for conversations, but I'm talking about the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that you're at your desk, working on your marketing, putting together drip campaigns, making phone calls, doing social media. I think Saturday and Sunday, you go be a part of your community. Saturday, you spend it with your family or your faith or both. Sunday, with your family or your faith or both, whatever you celebrate, whatever faith fills your heart. To come from an industry in which you were an employee and you traded time for money and worked Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6, or God knows what, to come here and say, I'm going to control my future. I'm going to control my calendar. I'm going to control my bank account. And then you're working 8 days a week, 366 hours, or 366 days a year, 25 hours a day. There's no need for that. If we start to hold ourselves to account on a schedule every morning that allows us to have enough conversations to live our life by design. That's what this class is all about. That's what Breakthrough Club is all about. It's our study hall every morning to make sure that we have a safe space for us to go do what we need to do so we can have the career we want every afternoon, and the family and the growth and the faith that we want every weekend. You can be anywhere you want to be in 5 years. Or you can be right where you are. It's about you making a decision. It's about you deciding how you're going to move forward, how you're going to make it make sense for you, make it joy-filled for you by talking to the people that you know and love and trust. I don't think there's an agent on the planet that's probably satisfied with where they are, because I believe you can be happy and not satisfied. And I'm not talking about success. I'm not talking about income. You'll hear me say time and time again, I think your heart is led towards impact and significance and the legacy you'll leave. The finances and the trophies and the awards and the accolades, that's all going to come with it. Nobody's going to walk up to your family and your loved ones after you're gone and be like, did you ever see her office? and all the trophies she had. They're going to say, your mother was there for me and them and her clients. It'll be about impact, which will directly correlate with your income. The quality of your life will be commensurate with the quantity and quality of conversations you have today. Join us for Breakthrough 120. It's database today. That starts at 9 o'clock. Breakthrough Club, if you're going into lead gen, you've already been through the class, you're going into lead gen, that starts at 9 o'clock. The links for both of these are in the morning news. Then at 12 o'clock, we're going to wrap up class. We're going to join everybody together in the Zoom room. We'll see you in the Breakthrough Club room for the midday protocol, where we have the conversation where I simply ask the question, where do you stand in relationship to your goals? How's your pipeline look with 3 lead indicators, your conversations and interactions, the appointments you're setting to sit with people who are buyers, sellers, and investors, and the agreements you're having them sign to be in business with you. That's how we know where we stand. We can only grow what we measure. We can only measure what we track. And accountability is going to be the jet fuel that gets you to where you want to be. Lone Wolf training coming up. It's online. You can register for the 1 o'clock class. The link's in the morning news. At 1:30, Ask the Broker with the Jason Westcott. That is kellertv.com. And then you've got, of course, Maggie McDowell, our regional tech trainer, with Tech Your Business to the Next Level at 2:30. And at 3 o'clock, 25 and 26 with the Tiffany Hampton. Register for both of those opportunities online. All of this is in the morning news. Your breakthrough is on the other side of you deciding what you want to build, how you want to add, how you want to improve, and who you want to help. That's a conversation that starts with you. You're the CEO of everything that's going to happen. I don't care if you're a solo artist, if you're on a team. Everything's going to emanate from where you're standing. People grow into the conversations we create around them. What conversations are you having in your head? What internal monologue will you have with yourself today that will set a standard and a pathway for you to find the person who's looking for your help, right? Michael Mayer, 7 Levels of Communication. Today, somewhere in your city, someone's looking for help, and it is your job to find them. So put on your cape of real estate. Go be that superhero that somebody needs. They need your guidance. They require your help and your expertise and your care. That is what we do in this practice of real estate. And we do it because we have confidence and competence. And those come from putting our head down and our heart up and being service-based. The sales will come. All of it's on the other side of you deciding who you want to be today. If I can help, let me know. It is 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. Take care.